All right, this isn't a real estate video, but by subscriber request, I'm gonna be going over the top 5 best restaurants to eat at in Abbotsford, BC. So if you give a shit about that, stick around. I'm that 𝐎𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐒. I talk about Canadian real estate in my local market of Abbotsford and the Fraser Valley. And if you guys get any value or entertainment from my content, please subscribe to the channel so you can support me and see more of it. Like this video so you can do what I just said for the subscribe button. And also, if you want to chat one-on-one, you can do so by scrolling down into the description, clicking on the link that I provided there, and you can book yourself right into my calendar so we can chat one-on-one. All right, so there isn't a lot of content on this platform about Abbotsford, British Columbia. I'm hoping to be the guy to bring you that content. So we're going to talk about the 5 best restaurants in Abbotsford today. Starting with number 5, Restaurant 62. Located at the intersection of Marshall Road and McCallum, just 2 minutes off the McCallum Road exit on Highway 1, we have Restaurant 62. Now, I've only eaten here once, to be completely honest with you guys, but I did enjoy it, and it's more of a fine dining establishment. Now, I've only eaten here once, to be completely honest, but I did enjoy it. Their dishes were super unique, nothing that I've had before, and it's one of those restaurants where they only have about 5 meals on the dinner menu, and they alternate them. And then they'll have a special every night that isn't actually on the menu, and the waiter or waitress will tell you about it, and that's the only way that you know about it. Their meals kind of range from $30 to $50. I'm obviously not including drinks and appetizers, and there'll be things like duck breast, rack of lamb, steak, some type of, seafood, salmon, trout kind of thing. So yeah, if you want to spend a little bit of money, Restaurant 62, that's my number 5. And the only reason why I have this as number 5 and maybe not a couple places higher is because I felt like the atmosphere could have been a little bit better. Other than that though, the food is unique and pretty good. Number 4, we have Paliadis. I love Paliadis. Me and my fiance go there at least a couple times every single year, and we've done that for the last 5 years. Any special occasion, we've usually gone to Paliadis. Now we've started to expand our horizons a little bit, but Paliadis go there every couple times every single year, and basically I've ordered the same thing every single time I've gone there. The seafood linguine with the white sauce. The portions there are insane. They're really big portions. Pretty much I can almost never eat all of it in one sitting. And even the seafood, they just load it full of seafood as well. The pricing is great. It was obviously a lot better before the whole pandemic thing. Like you could, my favorite meal was like $24 or something like that. But now you could probably eat an entire seafood meal for under $100 if you wanted to, depending on how much you drink. And this one is located right in historic downtown Abbotsford. You're about, 7 minutes to the McCallum exit on the highway there. And they actually have 2 other locations, one in Maple Ridge and one in Chilliwack. So if you live in Maple Ridge or Chilliwack, and you haven't tried this place, I highly recommend you try it, especially if you like seafood. It is one of the best for seafood, and especially at the price, the portions, there really isn't much to dislike about it in my opinion. And I could almost put this spot in the top 3, and the only reason why I did it is because I know that there are people out there that probably don't feel the same as me, so I tried to make this list as unbiased and as accurate as possible. So that's why we have Paliadis at 4. Number 3, Lews Grill. So this place, people will travel from Surrey, Langley, 20-30 minutes all the way to Abbotsford just to come to Lews Grill. It has a great atmosphere. It's basically a mix between like a Cactus Club, a keg, and some other kind of pub. However, the food they serve is basically a pub on steroids. So they're a little bit more artistic about the way that they serve their food, a little bit more interesting. I think one of the things I ordered there before was like a chorizo baked mac and cheese bowl. Unbelievably good. And it's located right outside of historic downtown on Highway 11, which is the highway that connects Abbotsford and Mission together. So as I was saying, the menu would look similar to something you would see at a pub, but the way they make their food is very original. It's not going to be like most pubs, the food is the same from pub to pub. It's pub food, but on steroids, I would say, and the way that they do everything is original to their brand. Now, it's definitely a bit pricier than a pub, but it's for sure worth it. The atmosphere is great. They've done an amazing job with the renovations there. It is one of the places that everyone in Abbotsford knows and will go to from time to time. It's one of the top places here. Everybody loves it. And the patio is very similar to a Cactus Club, and that's kind of, the pre-game joint for a lot of people. People want to go out and get drunk or whatever. they will probably start their night at Lews Grill. So love this place, highly recommend that you try it out. Even if you live anywhere in the valley, make the drive to Abbotsford and try out Lews Grill. Number 2, we have Broder's Bistro. Another place everybody loves, another place that's one of the main attractions of Abbotsford, another place that people will travel from afar to come and eat. But they don't have to travel that far because it's actually located right at the first exit in Abbotsford. It's right off of the Mount Lehman exit just past High Street Mall. So depending on where you are at in Langley, you could probably be there in under 20 minutes. And they serve food that's a mix between a Montreal/New Orleans cuisine. Don't got too much else to say about it. This place is great. Another place that everybody absolutely loves. It's one of those must-tries. Obviously, it's sandwiches, fries. It's just basically a bunch of cool different sandwiches for the most part and different stuff like that to eat. And the pricing's not that bad. It's kind of somewhere in the middle. So definitely try out Broder's Bistro. That's my number 2. And number 1. I picked this number 1. This is my favorite spot. So this one is probably going to be biased. But the reason why I picked this one is because not many people have tried it or know about it. And this is Bavaria. This is a fine dining establishment located in central Abbotsford, just off of South Fraser Way. I think it's German. I'm not too sure on that, but it's delicious. It's kind of like the Keg, but a lot less commercialized. It has more of that family-run kind of feeling to it. It looks like a complete rundown hole in the wall from the outside, but that's, me personally, that's exactly what I like. I like to go to the places not everybody knows about, and then you find the diamond in the rough. This is definitely that in Abbotsford. The atmosphere is a 10 out of 10. The lighting is perfect. They have, like the wall of liquor bottles, and they've lit it up so it looks super cool. And just overall, it looks super cool. I love the atmosphere here. And this is probably a $140 meal if you're drinking and you get the steak. And it's one of those restaurants where it comes with, the free bread, and they actually give you a free soup too. I think it's I can't remember the name of it. It's called a goulash or something like that. I don't know. I could be completely wrong in that terminology or the word that I chose there. But either way, you get bread and soup for free with your meal. Delicious, and I think they even give you something else for free too, but I can't think of it right now. But anyways, this place 100% recommend, especially if you live in Abbotsford and you've never tried this place. This place right now is my personal favorite. Me and my fiance love eating here. So that's that. Honorable mention, Canadian Brewhouse. So Canadian Brewhouse is basically a sports pub, but it's massive, and they put a lot of work into creating that sports atmosphere. Like if you watch the game there, they literally have sirens and buzzers that go off whenever the team scores, and it's a rowdy atmosphere to watch the game at for sure. I actually used to, back when I lived in Surrey, I'd travel all the way from Surrey to Abbotsford just to go to that pub for the games or the fights or whatever it was. And there's only, as far as I know, 2 locations. There's one in Richmond and there's one in Abbotsford, and I believe that's it. And that Canadian Brewhouse is located at High Street Mall. So honorable mention. I could have easily snuck that place in here somewhere too. The only reason why I did it is because it's a pub, and I'm kind of trying to make this more of a fine dining kind of thing, I guess, right? But could have easily snuck that in there, probably somewhere in the top 3 as well. So if you guys enjoyed this, subscribe to the channel, like this video. I'm that Agent Kelly, and I'm making moves to move you. Peace.